Welcome back to Bake the Podcast. We're doing another solo episode. You know, with my solo episodes, we like to stick to motivational topics. And this week, I'm telling you about how I regroup and realign my energy so that I can have a good day, a good week, a good month, and a good year. I feel like the beginning of the year is the most crazy time for me. In December, I'm all vibes. It's all fun. And if you're South African, you know that December is the best time of the year. And then January comes around and I'm really excited in the first 2 weeks because I make my vision board and it's so beautiful. I love my vision board. And I talk to my friends about all my goals. I started this thing this year where I write a memoir. I saw it on TikTok. I write a memoir as if it's December 2025 and I talk about all the amazing things that happened. It's like a form of manifestation, if you will. I don't know, it's just vibey and I love it. And then it gets to the third week of January, when my kids go back to school and everyone goes back to work and shit gets real. And I feel super overwhelmed. And I want to talk to you guys about regrouping and how I personally regroup my energy and even my space, my home, so that I can be ready for a long and exciting and thriving year. So, being that it's Feb, I feel like we've already gone through this whole process of setting our goals, knowing what we want to do for the year or the next few years. I'm somebody who loves a New Year's resolution. I know that Tony Robbins says you shouldn't do a New Year's resolution because 80% of people fail their resolution within the first 3 weeks. I know this statistic, but I do love a resolution because I feel like it sets me on a path for where I want to go. And to be honest, I often do achieve my goals. So last year I wanted to exercise consistently. I achieved that. I wanted to lose weight, achieved that. I wanted to start this podcast, did it. So I do like a New Year's resolution and some way to direct my energy. It's not something that's hard and fast for me. If I don't achieve it, I won't get sad or depressed. I'll just kind of realign myself. So this is what I'm going to talk about today, is regrouping and how do you get there. Okay, so the first thing I want to discuss is energy. So how do I know when I need to regroup and refocus, realign my energy? So for me, it's physical symptoms. I'm super tired in the morning, I can't get up. So what are the signs that you know you need to regroup or reassess where you're at? So for me, it's always physical symptoms. I can usually tell that I need to regroup when I start to get overwhelmed. I don't always know consciously that I'm overwhelmed. There are symptoms. So for me, it's not being able to wake up in the morning at my usual time, which is 6 a.m., then I know. If I can't sleep at night and I'm doom scrolling, which is just scrolling on TikTok for 3 hours, just brain rot, then I know something's up. Those are my alarm bells that go off for me. And then if I'm struggling with self-care, so for me, my self-care routine is like skincare and sleeping with my retainer on. I sleep with my retainer every night. When I start forgetting my retainer, I know that shit's gonna pop off. And then, of course, if I don't do my skincare, I know that there's something looming. And the third element for me is when I start to get sick. So my immune system is dipping. Then I know stress and overwhelm is overcoming my life and I need to refocus. So how do I do that? For me, I built a little toolkit. So you can decide which toolkit works for you. For me, I've never been a routine person. Before I had children, I never had a routine. I woke up when I felt like and I slept when I felt like. But I found that routine can really restructure your life and make you so much more of a positive person and have a better day. So I like to write my routine down physically on paper with a pen, because I feel like I'm going to remember it. My routine involves a small 15-minute little thing that I need to do for myself every single day, which is open the doors, get sun in my eyes, get fresh air on my skin. Sometimes I do this even before brushing my teeth. And then the third thing is writing down in my journal. So I started a gratitude journal about 5 years ago. It was something that was suggested to me by a friend of mine who is a psychologist. And she said, this will help you to get out of that negative mindset. And I love it because I just sit there for 5 minutes and I write in my journal. So what I'll do is, this is the Mel Robbins method. I've got her journal as well, which I recommend if you're able to get one. Otherwise, just use a random book. So I sit and I put my hand on my chest. I take a deep breath in and I say the words, I'm okay, I'm loved, and I'm safe. And then I release my breath And then I start writing down anything that comes to my mind, whether it's a to-do list for the day, stuff I need to get to, things that may have come up, family issues, or, stuff that's worrying me. I write it all down. If I can't write it, I draw a picture. And something that maybe you guys can relate, I love doing is drawing stars. It just soothes my soul. So I'll just draw like a bunch of stars on a page, and like it really like calms me down. And then I will write 5 things I want to achieve that day, which is, it's really small stuff. Eating healthy, taking a time to be present, whatever. And then 5 steps I need to take to achieve that, right? 5 things I want. So today I wanted to have a successful shoot. I wanted to remember to eat lunch, because I always forget to eat lunch. And I can't remember the other 3. They're probably more personal. But for those 2, I wrote down the steps I needed to take, which was prepare my script or what I'm talking about for today, speak to my videographer and sound people, make sure that everything's organized. And then obviously the eating lunch part was preparing something the day before that I know I'm going to eat. So that takes like the mental load off of your lunch plans, because you already know what you're going to eat the next day. Or that same day. So once I've done my 5-minute journal, I close my journal and I visualize my day, that it's positive, and then I say a little prayer, and I go on and do whatever I need to do for the morning. This really sets me up for a great day. And then I end my day off with the same routine again, or a similar routine. I brush my teeth, put in my retainer, do my skincare. I do a thing that Muslims do called wudu, which is to cleanse your body. And then I pray. And then I get into bed, and I do watch TikToks. I'm going to be honest. My goal is to actually read a book and then go to sleep. And then I go to sleep. I try and keep those as the book ends of my day. So what happens in the middle doesn't matter. I just know that I have those anchoring me, and then my day will go smoothly and I'll have a positive day. So that's something routine-wise that realigns my energy. That's not too taxing. It's not something that I have to commit to. I don't know if you guys have seen this viral video that's on TikTok of a nurse practitioner where she has like a 1,000,000-step beauty routine. Stuff like that overwhelms me. I can't do that. I need a 3-step skincare, wash my face, cream on, maybe a serum. I don't know. I don't want to have too many things to do. I love the concept of breath work and meditation, but I don't have the time. So I have to habit stack and do it with a journal, do my breathing, everything in 15 minutes, sometimes even 10 minutes. I can't go longer than that. And those 2 things really anchor my day and set me up for a great day and a great life going forward. Some practical ways that I realign my energy. I like to look back and assess how I was the year before or the month before, right? And see what doesn't fit in with my life anymore. So this could mean letting go of certain relationships or certain phone calls that you take every day. So say, for example, you have a friend that calls you every day and tells you something negative about their day every single day. Eventually, you're going to start feeling that negativity impacting your life. And you need to change that relationship. I'm not saying cut the friend out, but shift the energy. So I would then limit that and no longer take a phone call from that person, say that I'm busy or that I can't take a call, and then I'll check in with them once a week as opposed to every day. If it's a once a week negative call, I'll check in with that person once a month. It's about protecting your personal space. If there are people around you that make you feel bad about yourself, and this can be your immediate family, I suggest realigning your relationship with them. In other words, creating boundaries, not talking to them all the time, making time for yourself so that you don't see them. So this could mean having a time limit on a phone call with a family member, 1 minute. Hey, how are you? Are you okay? How's your health? Blah, blah, blah. Once they go into that negative talk, you say, I'm so sorry. I really have to get to something else, but we'll talk again. Because I just feel like you are the most important person in your life. Put the life jacket on yourself first. Take care of yourself first. And if you like filtering out all that negative energy, it's going to drain you. And you can't achieve what you want to achieve for, the year or the month or the week. So definitely your relationships. And then your space. I feel like my mom was OCD growing up. She's very neat and very clean and very tidy. So I've got a little bit of that characteristic. I need my environment to be clean and orderly. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I need it to be organized. So for me, I need my bedroom is one place that needs to be organized. Everything needs to be in its place. Otherwise, I can't settle and I can't work and I can't be my best self. So I definitely think decluttering, giving away old products, old toothpaste that you're keeping there, why is it still there? It's expired, get rid of it. Old medicine, old and expired creams and serums that you're collecting, get rid of that stuff. You don't need it. Donate clothing you're no longer wearing. You're not going to necessarily fit in that clothing. Stop keeping it unless it's special to you. Declutter, give away, clear out, and make space for newness and for goodness in your life. So that's on an environmental side of things. Okay, then finally, physical environment. I'm obsessed with exercise. I love working out. But I found that sometimes I overdo it because I love the dopamine hit of a good workout. I was working out every single day before, and then I found myself to be really tired and drained. So now what I've done is I've changed my schedule where I work out really hard 3 times a week, and then the other days of the week I make sure that I do a walk or some form of movement. This can be like dancing in your room. I dance with my kids. We have a dance party because it gets them the energy out and it makes them less moody after school. So something like that, get moving, get outside, get fresh air on your skin, sun on your face. Like, don't sit in front of the screen all day, or your phone or the TV or whatever you're doing. Work, get outside, move your body, hydrate. These are like the cornerstones of my toolkit. I need to move, I need to hydrate, I need to have nature, some sun and fresh air on my skin. I like to have a quiet, reflective moment. That's, for me, I don't have a lot of quiet time because I'm a mother. So I'd like to do that in the bath once a week. I have a bath, non-negotiable, or in the shower where I reflect on my day. And I like to say things out loud. I talk to myself. I'm my own best friend. I literally speak to myself in the shower. I'll say, this went well today, this didn't go well, this is what I'm going to do tomorrow. Check in with yourself physically. It really helps to regroup and to refocus your energy on what you're trying to achieve. This really worked for me, and this shifted me out of that imposter syndrome and fear of failure and all these big ideas that I have in my mind of how I'm not going to achieve my goals. If I talk to myself and I go through my ABCs, I'm good. And then finally, I just want to touch on something that I had gone through. Feeling guilty for prioritizing yourself. I know some of you are feeling this. I am someone who feels this because I'm like, saying no to people makes me feel bad. I feel like I'm not being there for them. But remember, you need to be there for yourself. It's really important. I can't stress this enough. And taking time out for yourself to build a routine or to get to a space where you are well is not a waste of time. You're not wasting time by journaling. You're not wasting time by taking a bath once a week and just having a conversation with yourself. You're not wasting time if you need to have a quiet cup of tea without anyone talking to you. This is important to you. Whatever your thing is, stick to it and don't feel guilty. It's okay. You deserve it. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening to the podcast. You can follow us on @BakedOnline or @BakedThePodcast on Instagram. You can also like and subscribe to our various channels on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts.